Hello guys, Board Game Hero here, and today we have Lords of Hellas Kickstarter edition from Awaken Realms. I backed this Kickstarter 2 years ago. This was my first ever Kickstarter game, and I am one of the day one backers to get the Leonidas Kickstarter exclusive miniature hero. This is the core box. This contains the base game and other Wave 1 contents, and this is the Kickstarter stretch goals with expansion and other Kickstarter exclusive, and this should be in Wave 2. However, I chose the Wave 1 delivery, so everything came together at one time, and this is July of 2019. Okay, so without further ado, let's open the core box. Okay, so let's see. Your meat begins here. So this is a big wide box. First thing you'll see is a letter from the Awaken Realms, and this is what we get from this core box. We have the core game, we have the terrain expansion. I went ahead and just removed the shrink wrap, opened the box. We have an special promotion here. This is a promo miniature for Nemesis. Let's open it up. I already opened this one earlier because it looks so awesome. Look at that miniature. It's made of, I think this is resin, and very detailed. It looks like an alien from the Alien movie. And these are the cards that came with it. This is for use with your game of Lords of Hellas. So this is really special. His name or her name is, or its name is Adrestia. And this is the special attack, the region attack, the reward that you get. This is the event that summons the monster to the board. Etolia Adrestia, and I don't know what this means and what that means, but they evolve, I think. This is the reward that you get. Use with March special action, and this is the damage of the monster. You actually put this together like that while it's on the board. There we go. That's how monsters appear in the Lords of Hellas, and this is their damage boxes. Okay, so this is a promotion. This is a Kickstarter promo, and let's see what this is. Nemesis, this is one of their games. I think this already has been produced, manufactured, and delivered to the backers. That is one good bonus right there. This is Siege Storm. This is a free game that came with this Lords of Hellas pledge. Every pledge came with this. Siege Storm is a 2-player game, one-on-one. You duel. This is the back of the box, which is, for me, I really find it cringe-worthy. It's really cringy. I don't want to read it again, but yeah, that's just their own way of being funny, I guess. We will open this one in a separate video because that's a separate game. But yeah, so this is the base game. This is the terrain expansion. Let's move on and open our base game. Okay, so finally I'm going to open the core game. Looking at the cover, it's really good. This part, Zeus part, is shiny, it's glossy, it reflects the light, but only Zeus. So that's a nice touch. And one thing I love about Lords of Hellas is the art. It's just amazing. And the world is, a little bit weird. It's an advanced technology Greece setting. Greek god mythology. This is the game manual. You see the Minotaur here impaling one hoplite. And this is the rulebook. You have a lot of illustrations in the rulebook, I guess. Oh yeah, right, that. You have the full list of components here. Victory conditions right off the first page. First 5 pages. You have the map here, how you prepare the game. Course of the game, picking heroes and army. So it's really detailed. This is a huge rule book to read, but there's not much page and more illustrations than text. We have a special rule for 2-player mode, and this also comes with a single player mode. These are the heroes. All right, perfect. So let's see. Our first hero is Helen, and this is her special abilities. This is her board. Let's pop it out. Okay, it splits into 2. How do you do this? Oh yeah. So this is the front, and you snap it with this board. and I think this board can be used with other heroes as well. So this is Helen. This is her miniature. We will find that later, but that is one of our heroes. Next we have Perseus. Let's take that off. We will check the other components later, but we'll focus on the heroes for now. So this is Perseus. That's how he looks like. Right, so that is Perseus. We have Perseus, Helen. We have Heracles. I really don't know how to pronounce of Heracles. But anyway, this is how he looks like. This is Achilles. These are the 4 heroes from the core game. We have Achilles. This is how he looks like, and that really nice art. All of them has been illustrated really nicely. So those are our heroes. Let's move on to some tokens. Let's take a quick look at it. The quality as well is really good. So this is like their tokens, and it's really thick and it's sturdy. It's multiple layers of cardboard, so it's really nice quality, very strong. So these are some of the tokens. I think this is a damage token. Some of these tokens capture crit and bull. I think these are quests or adventure that you can your heroes can participate and do while on the board. I think it's also one of the winning conditions. So these are quests: Saving Prometheus, Caledonian Hunt, Amazon Queen, Kills Timpalian Birds, Capture Crit and Bull. We have that already. Catalog, Crayon, Geryon, Expedition for the Golden Fleece, and Aid to Atlas. Right, so those are I'm not sure what it's called, but I think these are quests from what it looks like. And then we have some of the temples. I think, yeah, these are the temple tokens, which will be replaced once we open our terrain expansion. It will be converted into a 3D terrain on the board. So that is our temples. Then we have some tokens here, and this is some tokens for their stats, and this is how it should look like. So you put it there. So those are our tokens, those are our heroes. Let's move on to the board. Okay, so this is the board, and first of all, this is a huge board. It's separated into like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 squares like this. So 6-layer board. It's also double-sided. We'll show the other one now. So this is the other side. I think this is for use with a single-player game with population attitude over here, which is not on the other side of the board. So let's go to that side. Okay, so here we have quest tracks on the upper left of the board. And on the upper right, we have an events and monsters deck. We have also the blessings area here. And then on the lower right, we have temples. On the lower left, we have artifacts, combat cards, discard pile, and the deck. Then on the board itself, we have multiple spaces for the monuments. So this is where you place Zeus. This is where you place Hermes. This is where you place Athena. Where is Poseidon there? I think that's an expansion. But yeah, so we have three places for these monuments of the gods. Then we have spaces on the board for the temples. So we have this, we have that, and this is the temple. What else? This is a temple. So different spaces, all divided using with a border, colored border. This is a blue border. This is a yellow border, green border. I think that's a region divided into regions. Regions divided into areas. And yeah, this is an area control dudes on a map board game. So that is a map. The map. That's with a really nice art. I really love the art that we have here. One of the best arts in board game. Alright, let's move on to other components. Okay, so looking at the rest of the box, we have a campaign book that came with the game. This is for one-player adventure mode. So this is a really like an entirely different game from Lords of Hellas, the competitive game. So this is a really nice bonus. So that's one of the solo campaign manual. Then we have, okay, so this we have that Hermes, Zeus and Athena, all the same. I think the back is different. We have Persian invasion tray. This is where you track their mobilization. Then we have the Minotaur. What is this? Minotaur, the monster. I love the art. I'm really digging it. Chimera. We have the Cyclops, which is a really huge metal giant with a club. And I think there's a hero here on the mount. Oh, by the way, they offered mounted heroes expansion, but I didn't get that. I didn't jump into that. But that's okay. We have the Hydra, a robot Hydra. We have the Cerberus. We have the Medusa here. It's like experimenting on a human here, turned into a stone, I guess. We have the Sphinx. Then these are just a reference for each player. So 4, because this goes up to 4 players. You need the expansion to go up to 5. Okay, the best part of this unboxing, let's look at the miniatures. So first, let's look at the monuments. We have Athena here. I think you need to assemble her, attach her to the board, to the base. So this is her arm. You have to attach it as well. Alright, so there you go. So that's how you attach, that's how you build Athena's monument. So that's how you build a monument one by one. So it can easily be attached, which is a nice feature of the game. I think I haven't seen any other board game with this game mechanic, this feature. So that is our Athena, and these are our heroes, 4 of them. So we have, I think this is Achilles, and by the way, the scales are really small. They are really small compared to WizKids miniatures, smaller than I expected. So this is Achilles, nice detail. Also, you can see how their sun drop technology works. So that's just like painted white from the top with a spray. So this one, yeah, this look like this one, dark base coat, then spray with a white primer on top, from the top, so that the perspective you can emulate the sunlight. This is Perseus, again very small scale miniature, and the sun drop. So you don't have to paint. If you're lazy to paint, you can just opt with the sun drop. But I am going to paint this one, but not all at the same time, so it's good to have sun drop as well, so you can play it out of the box. This is Heracles, and he's muscular. He's a big, beefy, buffy guy. And this is, oh, she's bent. She is bent sideways. So I'm going to have to solve this issue with a blow dryer later. But this is one of our heroes. I think we lost some detail because of the sand drop. Look at the face, you cannot even see her facial features anymore. Okay, so that's just one of my complaints with the sun drop. It's not really good, it's not well done, but it's good to have. Let's look at our next monument. We have Hermes, and he is attached to his base already. Yeah, there we go. So I attach his base there, and he is, the second part is the upper body, and the third part is, let's find what's the third part. Okay, the third part is shoulder to the head. So that's how Hermes monument works. The sun drop also helps, making it look like a stone. So yeah, so there we have Hermes. Really nice detail. Quality of the miniature is nice. Next we have Zeus, the god of the gods. So he is attached to the board like that, to the base, divided into 3. So we have this part, second part, and the third part with a whip, electric whip, like that. That's the whip of Zeus. That's really impressive. The quality of this miniature is really impressive. Let's zoom in there and see. There, wow. Especially the whip is well done. Wait till you see Kronos later from the Warlord box. That should be awesome. So those are our 3 monuments. Let's move on to the monsters. The first monster that we have is, we have the Cyclops here, which is a little darker from the top. So he's got less of the sun drop. I like it more like this, not too much white on the miniature, so that you know it's still. I'll show you later. Look at this one. This almost completely painted white. So this one is bad sand drop. This is one that I like. This level of white on this miniature. This is perfect for me. Okay, so this is our Cyclops. He's huge compared to one of our heroes. So they're all huge. The monsters are bigger than our heroes. Alright, so this is the comparison of their size. So that's the Cyclops. We have the Minotaur. This Minotaur, this is the popular Minotaur because this miniature came with this War of Mine Kickstarter boxes. So many people are already familiar with the Minotaur, and some of them are already painted. This one is the Medusa. So that is Medusa with a hoplite. With a really nice touch there. So that is the hoplite being turned into stone by Medusa. The details, man, well done, well done. And look at these cables. You can really see the lines in there. See? Wow. Wow, I'm impressed with the quality of these miniatures. We have the Kerberos. Nice quality. And just the right amount of white primer, sun drop. So it's not consistent, the sun drop. Some miniatures are pure white, like this one. And some are medium light. And some are just dark, like this Cyclops. Okay, so it's not consistent. It's okay, but I just didn't like it. Next we have the, what is this? I think this is the Chimera. Oh wow, really nice. We have the wings, also metal cyborg robot wings, and the lion, face of a lion. So what is this? A snake and a goat. And I think the tail should be scorpion. So that's how Chimera works. Next we have the Hydra. So Hydra with the multiple head, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 heads, and they are all robot. Really strong. See, you cannot even bend this one. It's really strong. Lastly, we have the Sphinx. So this is like a female a sorcerer with just a pet tiger or a panther. So that's how the Sphinx look like. So yeah, really nice, good quality miniature. So those are our monsters. Let's move on to our hoplites, which is really small. So we have red, blue, yellow, green, and some other tokens here for area control. And oh, we have one die, red cubes, bases. So before we go into that, let's just look at some of these hoplites. So let's first start with the yellow. Let's just look at one of them. I just hope that I don't get any broken pieces, broken components, because that would take a lot of time to request a replacement. So yeah, so they are like pre-washed. They washed it with the color red. Yellows are washed with color red, and nice. They look nice. The spear, however, is just too fat. What are they holding there? How can they can even hold that fat spear? So that's just unusual, really wrong, in my opinion. We have the blue hoplites. Let's look at two of them. This is what I'm talking about. Like this, it will bend like that. This spear is a little thinner than the other one that we saw, and they are smaller as well. I think they are the same scale as Kyklades, if you know that game. So maybe you can use these miniatures in that game as well. That game also follows the Greek mythology setting, so it's perfect. You can combine these games there. So yeah, nice. Miniatures are washed so that the details will pop up. I think that's part of the sun drop technology that they promoted. And these are some of the hoplites from the red team carrying what this is. I don't know, but I think those are, yeah, so those are not the soldiers. These are the mystics. I forgot what they call it, but priests or mystics, but they are the one you use to worship the gods. But yeah, I'm gonna check the other colors later, but these are the ones for the red. So this is their soldier, their hoplites, just fist, and this is their mystics. Let's call them that for now. Let's have a look at the other colors. So for the blue, this is their priests. That's their priest. Nice, gorgeous looking priest. But the scale is really small. That's what I don't like. Should have been bigger so you can use it with other games. For the yellow, this is how their mystics or priests look like. Yeah. Then we have the green. The green mystics are, or green priests are using what you call, no, that's not a computer. That's, so they're reading a book, and their soldiers are using a bow and arrow. I think some of the qualities are lost because of its scale. Very, very small. I'm telling you now. It's really small. So we already tackled 4 colors of the army. Then, just to show you how the priests work, as you will notice, their base is circular because it's supposed to fit the monuments of the gods. So if you put your priest here, it should fit right on. There. So there. That means this priest is worshiping Zeus. It just doesn't click. It's they made it a little bigger so that, you know, for safety. Those are our armies. Let's look at some of the components here. We have colored bases for each player. We have some extra bags. I don't know what the use of that. We have some standee for the monument that came with the base game. If you don't get the terrain expansion, so this is how it works. You just put it like that. Okay, so that is your core game, base game, temples. So we are looking at area control markers for each player. They have different icons associated with the faction. So let's get one blue. Okay, so these are different color. We have yellow, that's their icon. We have the red with their own icon, and this is blue and green. So this is a control marker for each player to put on the board to specify their area, the areas that they control. Next, let's look at some of the cards. We have artifact cards here. Let's open it up. We have Owl of Athena, Boots of Hermes, Thunder of Zeus, Poison Arrows, Head of Sphinx, Medusa's Blood, Adamant Tethers, Eye of Cyclops, Caduceus, Fem's Trumpet. So yeah, you get these artifacts by doing quests, and I think some gods give you artifacts as well when they activate. Next, we have event cards, and lastly, we have some cards here. Let's look at this later. So let's look at the events. We have events. Open it up. Let's see if it's all events. Maybe it's divided into different packs. We have events. Okay, so that's different. Monument, activation, temples. Let's separate all into different types. You have the events here. Blessings. Another blessings of Hermes. Okay, blessings from each god. So we have another blessing here, and lastly, we have we have 3 gods only. So we have blessings from here, blessings from here, and lastly, blessings from this deck. Okay, Hermes Temple, Weak Spot, and Restrictive Maneuver. So if you worship the god, you build the monument, you will all get a blessing from them. So blessing from the gods. And we have some monument activation card here. 1, 2, 3. Player controlling first fully built monument wins at the end of this turn. Temples. What is this? Oracle of Delphi. Well, yeah, you have this one. You have the events. Amazon Queen. So you can just, there's no flavor text. You can just make it up on your mind. Expedition for the Golden Fleece. This is the reward. And this is how you complete it. Yeah, so these are the events. And these are the monsters. Hydra, Sphinx, Minotaur, Cyclops, Chimera, blah, blah, blah. So they can come out from the events deck. Let's look at the other deck. We have some reference cards here. Yeah, this is a reference card, player turn, and then special actions. Then we have monster attack cards. Let's have a look at that. So half of this is monster attack, then half is combat cards for the heroes. Okay, so let's take a look at the monster attacks. Fury, whatever, these are their attack. I think monsters share one deck of their attacks. Then for the combat cards of the hero, so they have this. So different cards to attack. Okay? So those are our combat cards, monster attacks. That is everything from the base game. Then, let's go with the expansion. The first expansion that we are going to open is the Terrain expansion.